On today's episode, we welcome the Fandalorians to put the 1985 classic Back to the Future to the ultimate test, the nostalgia test. Are you telling me you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
I knew that's what you were gonna choose, Dan. I was gonna be annoying. I gotta go back in time. I gotta go back
All right.
in time.
All right. Well,
anyways, what is up?
First of all, what's up?
I just want to say we've been talking. People suggest this to me all the time, and I'm like, why are we putting this to the test? Everybody knows it's going to pass. This is going to be a love fest of this movie. We're going to make fun of some of it. Definitely talk about the plot holes. Definitely talk about some of the problems that happened in like back in time in schools and outside of schools, and the whole issue of the falling in love with your own mom. But in the end, I was like, we're all going to love this movie, right? Like, if anybody on this, this is a guest
on
show.
On the dais.
Okay, if they come to this 6 people show, if someone, I'm going to kick them out. I'm going to kick them out if they fail this test.
All right, thank you. There's Manny Coelho. Welcome, everyone, to the Nostalgia Test podcast. There's my co-host, Manny, longtime friend on Long Island. And this is a New York show today. Everyone here from New York, in New York, on Long Island.
All over Long Island.
Yeah.
East Coast, West Coast, Middle Coast.
Yeah.
We're all over.
I'm here in LA. Manny's over there in Farmingdale. Billy, North Carolina. This is a big one. Welcome, everyone. We're going to see if this passes the nostalgia test. Back to the Future, 1985. So much. I have too much, but I just want to say one thing. I need to bring this up. We did an episode a couple weeks ago about weird 90s, I think, jingles or commercials, one of the ones like that. And we watched the Mount Airey Lodge commercial.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Beautiful Mount Airey Lodge.
Yeah. All you have to bring is your love of everything. Well, my parents were away this weekend. And they were at Mount Airy.
That
Lodge.
It still exists?
Okay, it still exists, but they redid it. And
tell me they still have the room with the pool in it.
No, they don't have that.
Bed
but
with
it's
the pool right there.
It's a beautiful casino and hotel and everything. And they went there.
Stop
they had
saying beautiful.
They said it's gorgeous. They loved it.
They said it. Did they take pictures?
My parents, but they they're high class.
God.
What are you trying to say, man?
I'm just saying. I don't know.
They're not Commack motor in people. I mean, come on now.
That's true.
But so
it still exists. They're still going strong, that business, man. Good for them.
I told them, I'm like, I might have to
Got
have
through
you on
COVID
the podcast.
and everything.
Yeah, talk about Mount Airy Lodge.
That'd be hilarious, dude. That'd be
I
hilarious.
wonder if there is that room that has the bed with the fireplace and the pool all in one room.
Sounds gross, but hopefully not.
It smells like chlorine the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder how many people died.
Better than
room.
something else.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you do need all that, the sanitation. That's
exactly.
It. All right. Well, this is a guest show, so let's get to our guests.
Let's get to our guests. We have a great podcast guesting on today, the Fandalorians. We had so much fun with them when we were on to do Ghostbusters 1. So we are so happy that we can make this happen and do Back to the Future. So welcome the Fandalorians to the podcast. How you guys doing?
Great.
I'm going to jump in real quick with something. There will be no Commack motor in slander. Let's just stop that right now.
I love it.
I had to sit quietly and just let that go by. I'm like, we can't talk yet. So we're just going to let them. I wrote it down in pen. That's just stop.
Commack motor in was just like really highlighted the last like couple of weeks on Instagram and TikTok. Yeah.
Right.
Paul Scheer was like,
no.
Yeah.
He posted about it. Oh my God! But welcome, guys. Thank you so much. And you maybe just introduce yourselves to the audience. Tell them about a little bit about the podcast.
We're the Fandalorians, teachers by day, nerds by night. Friends for years. We're all teachers on Long Island in the New York area. We discuss all manner of pop culture, fandom topics. We banter, we bicker. We've known each other for so long, so it's a lot of making fun of each other, jokes, trolling, just to kind of. It's almost like a mirror image with you guys because it's the same kind of bickering and bantering back and forth. You don't have a black eye though. We have a black eye, but other than that, it's pretty close to being somewhat of a mirror view. But it's fun. We've been doing it for years. My name is Mr. Richardson. You guys can introduce yourself too. I don't want to do all the talking.
Yeah.
That's
my dog Yogi.
Oh, we have a dog too.
Yeah. Sorry.
Einstein's here. There
Yeah,
you go.
he is a
Back in
frequent contributor to the Fandalorians, whether we
Well,
try
I
to
have a
edit him
Marty
out or not.
McFly that's a frequent contributor to our podcast. Every once in a while,
Very
jumps
true,
on
very
here.
true.
So
I am Mr. McDonald. I teach in New York City. I also teach high school, so I'm very fluent in slang and
Ooh,
modern things. And so
no cap, man.
hopefully I can translate 1955 high school and 1985 high school for you guys.
all right.
All right. And I teach second grade on Long Island as well.
Awesome.
Well, welcome, professors.
So
Welcome,
Thank you for
guys.
coming. Second grade is my favorite year. That's where I met Billy. So
There you
Yes,
go.
sir.
you know,
yeah.
That's where I met Mr. McDonald, same grade. That's the year it all happens, guys. Second grade is where you build the lilifelong
So
friendship.
you're
It
saying
is.
that
This
if
is
you
right.
haven't
Goes-
met a
This is-
lifelong friend since second grade, it's over.
it's over.
I'm gonna
Oh,
say
screwed
I
at
met
that
mine
point.
in fourth grade. That's when I met my
close
lifelong
enough.
friend.
You then
fourth
become an incel if you don't.
right.
Guys, I moved
We're going
to
right
Long
there.
Island after I became friends with you guys after that. You did.
Yeah, I also met Mr. G much later in life too. I was trying to skate past that, but
No, we
Oh
met
my
Dan in
God.
high school. And,
Yeah.
middle school. Middle school.
Yeah, and then we became friends around high school in Mr. Block's sports marketing class.
Yes.
God.
Whatever sports marketing is, that's what we
whatever
met.
that is. Yeah. Anyways, all right, let's
Anyway,
get to it. Now-
1985, Back to
Dan,
the
let's-
Future.
Yes.
Science fiction film directed by Robert Zemeckis, written by Zemeckis and Bob Gale, stars Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Lea Thompson, Crispin Glover, and Thomas F. Wilson. Look, it's set in 1985, follows Marty McFly, teenager accidentally sent back to 1955 in a time-traveling DeLorean automobile built by his eccentric scientist friend Emmett Doc Brown, where he inadvertently prevents his future parents from falling in love, threatening his own existence, and is forced to reconcile them and somehow get back to the future. That's for everyone who's never seen this, maybe 100 years from now. If like this
Spoiler
doesn't-
alert.
Spoiler
This
alert.
episode will spoil everything for you. So
Yeah,
stop.
sure. Why not?
Go watch it.
Now, can I just get a
Hopefully
point of clarification?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we only talking about the first Back to the Future? Can we mention 2 and 3?
You could
We
mention
could
2 and
mention
3.
it, but we didn't put that to the test.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair
Yeah,
enough.
you
But
could
you could
absolutely
definitely
mention it.
ruin the show. What are we doing? You can't-
Yeah, no, it's totally fine because I would want to
Probably
talk
can't
about
take
2
you
anyway.
places.
I mean, I got the 2 hat on, so like, yeah.
Fair enough.
Exactly.
You know what? That's true. The hat does sell it.
And listen, this is actually from my brewery. I was at a festival and they had this, and I just went right to the booth and I was like, I'm taking that from you. I buy all my grain from you, and they're like, sure. It's the last one. It was last year's model. I'm like, thank you. And now it's a terrible hat to have on, though. It's really.
So wait, did you buy it
No.
in 2016? So it really was last year's model?
Holy shit! When did I get it?
That's a great.
Was it 2016? Because that would be terrible.
You know what? Let's just say it was.
Yeah.
There we go.
saying yes.
I love
Might
it.
as well. Okay,
And
so
Your
back to the future.
hoverboard and your
Yeah.
flying car.
Exactly. It might have been around that time. I'm trying to remember
Yeah.
when I got it.
Yo,
But
God
Manny,
bless
it's
you,
almost 10
Daniel,
years
because there's
ago.
6 of us, man. Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna orchestrate this game.
Oh no, this okay. This is how
No,
it
just
goes.
guys
But, like,
gotta just
Manny,
jump right
this
in.
is this I feel
'Cause
like
I'll
is
just
your
go on tangents.
cocktail.
We're never gonna get to
and
the
this
damn
movie.
thing.
Cocktail in this movie, I feel like, is Manny's origin story. Now, we're doing
Yeah.
this movie.
My dog is named Marty McFly.
Marty
All right,
McFly.
so-
Love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold
So
on, guys. What is the record for the longest podcast? Because I think
Oh,
we're done for it.
Roadhouse was about
No,
two
for
and a
ours?
half-
WWE, didn't we do like 3.5
Okay,
hours?
we
Three and a
did
half
3.5
hours
hours
of
for
WWE.
the
All right, we're not
WWE.
coming to that. I do have
No.
to work
No.
tomorrow.
No,
yeah.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah.
So Back to the Future. We first of all, 2-hour movie. Manny, way above your hour and a half time
Yes.
limit.
Yes.
And so I want to start. Kind
I
of.
ain't mad about it.
You're not mad about it.
No,
Okay.
because if the movie's that good, you don't even realize how much time has gone by. Plus, you're constantly going back and forth in time. You're just like you made up for it. Okay, it's like
Yes.
going from time zone depending on if you're going west or you're going east. You made up for the time. All right.
Okay.
So hold on. If a movie is about time travel, it can be long because it doesn't feel like it's really long. A movie.
If it's a good movie about time travel,
That's
because
right.
let's talk about Time Cop. Was it good? I don't know.
We'll get
Kind
there.
of.
That's good,
You
bad.
It's a good bad movie.
We'll
Yeah.
get there.
All right.
That's split.
Yeah. So I would love to hear any first memories of ever, when you first watched this, or memories of watching Back to the Future, how many times you've seen Back to the Future. We'll start with the Fandalorians. Patrick, if you want to, jump in, go right ahead.
Yeah, well, because it's funny. I did not see this in the theater. I actually did not see it until it came out on cassette.
Mhm.
So that was probably 1987. And it was from Mr. Richardson himself over here. Got hold of a copy of it. I mean, there wasn't like Blockbusters by us, but there was like a local video store that you'd like put your name down and you'd get it like whenever it came in and they just call you. But anyway, so he's called me and he's like, let's watch it. And so we watched it. And then immediately we watched it again. And I think we may have watched it a third time.
We did. We could do it
Because you were just like, this is the greatest movie that has ever existed. And I'll tell you what, when you're 9 or 10 years old, it might be.
Yeah.
And at my point of I went to the theater with my father. The choice was Back to the Future and Explorers, the Ethan Hawke River Phoenix vehicle where they build a spaceship and go in space. They were both playing in the theater. And my brother said, I really want to see Explorers. I'm like, I don't know, man. I like Family Ties. Like, I don't know if this is the way to go. Obviously, I lost younger brother, right? So I didn't see it until I saw it with McDonald years later. So I did miss out. But I wish I had seen it in theaters the first time.
And I'm thinking too, I definitely didn't go to the movie theater to see this. I probably saw it on VHS as well. But I've seen it a million times since.
I know it by heart. Yeah.
I know by heart.
I
Really,
know
Manny?
by line this and
Yeah.
The Last Dragon, which shown enough. And
Oh,
those two
Great movie.
are the two movies of my youth that I knew line by line.
that movie's on the list.
Oh,
It's
this
on
one,
our
bring
list.
me back. Bring me
This
back.
movie holds a special place in my heart as well. Because, when I was younger, I'm the youngest of 4, and my parents would never splurge for, things like cable. But like, how like every like 6 months or so, they'd have like a free weekend of HBO or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And you'd get your blank VHS cassettes ready, and you would record every movie you possibly could. And this was one of the movies we recorded, and I legitimately wore out the VHS tape.
Oh, I love
Nice.
it. That's awesome.
That's
Wow.
awesome. That's an awesome story. I don't remember if I went to the theater for the first time I watched this. I do remember seeing 2 and 3 in the theater. Definitely remember that. Because I remember at the end of 2, they were like, 3's already coming up. Like right at the end, it said like to be continued or whatever. And I was like, oh, they did it back to back. So yeah. I mean, of course, I love this movie. So fond memories all the time. I think I watched it too many times to remember. Like I had the DVD, the Blu-ray, the VHS, downloaded it, bought it on Prime, even though I could get it free on other things. I'm like, I just need it on demand if I need to just feel like watching it. Bill?
Now, hang on. Do you guys have kids?
I don't.
I don't.
I have 3. Yeah.
Okay. Have you shown this to your kids?
Not yet, but when I was prepping for it, my son, who's 9, is like, Dad, is it okay for me to watch that? I'm like, hell yeah, it is. So we're going to watch it soon.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, because my kids are 13 and 10, and it must have been, it was probably during COVID. And when my 10-year-old was, like 6 or 7 years old, I don't think he got it, but then he watched it again last year. And other than like the effects not quite holding up,
Yeah.
it's a great movie, and he enjoyed it. Mr. Richardson, all of your kids have seen it, right? You're muted.
Yeah, I'm stupid. They all loved it. They all enjoyed it 100%. No, they're great.
So,
Awesome.
so Patrick, we did an episode on Labyrinth, and our special guest Jen from the Long Take Review decided against showing her child Labyrinth because she said it was too scary. And that's a PG movie.
What I will argue is my kids are kind of wusses. They
Shots
they
fired.
couldn't even finish the first episode of Stranger Things.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Okay.
It's like the part where like the fingers come through the wall,
Yeah.
and they were like,
Yeah.
"Nah, I'm good. I don't need to see this."
Okay.
I recently did a podcast with my 14-year-old daughter, and we just finished the season 3 of Invincible. This is what you do when your youngest child, you will show them whatever you want. The oldest kid, like, she loves it, and yeah, she's 14 and she watches Invincible. So I obviously don't care. Same age.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Loves it.
So my nephew was talking about it the other day, Invincible, and I was like, wait, your parents are allowing you to watch this? Because I don't even think my sister understands. Like, she's not into comic books and stuff, and he's like, no, I'm not allowed. But like, my friends are watching, and I was like,
there's always that friend.
He's now
Oh,
12.
yeah. Love
And
that.
you
And I
can't,
was
you
like-
can't break up that cycle. You gotta let him sneak it under your his
Yeah, I didn't say
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I
For
was like,
me,
if
I
you're
sit
watching
down
it,
with my
fine.
daughter and show it to her.
Yeah, no, that I love that show.
No,
That
look,
show
I'm a
is
big fan
so
of
good.
teaching kids to be sneaky in the
Mhm.
right way.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
It's God's plan right there.
So I don't.
I
have
would go to
kids, so
Manny's
I'm the-
house to be sneaky. I'd go watch the shit I'm not supposed to at Manny's house growing
Yeah,
up next
because
door.
so
Illegal
my house-
cable
cable.
was great.
I had HBO. I had everything possible because I was a spoiled kid.
At zero
Um,
cable.
And
Mr. Richardson had the box that you got every
Yes.
channel.
box. I had
Yep,
my
you
dad
did
had
have
the
that.
box that you had to like adjust every once in a while because they
Uh-huh.
would zap it or whatever.
Yep.
You had to like
Yeah.
find the code that you need to change it to or whatever it was. So
I'm pretty sure the mob sold those back in the day. Like,
well, Billy,
they
you know,
must have.
It's a statute of limitation. Let's just
The
ship
mob
saying
right
shit.
out of the Commack motor.
yeah. Hey,
Yeah. Come
yeah.
on.
Billy,
That's
so
why
you,
we're not slandering the motor in.
Yeah.
No,
move on.
definitely not.
Just move on, guys. What are we doing?
yeah,
Cool.
he's
All
like,
right, good.
we're not supposed to
Billy.
talk about that.
Yeah.
so your thoughts on memories of Back to the Future, Billy, and then we're gonna turn this podcast into Back to the Future. Go.
Yeah, so I also didn't see it in the theater. Because
Yeah, we were like
82, so I was
3.
a little- yeah, we were a little young there. So, but I'm like you, man. I do remember seeing the second and third in the theater. I don't remember the first time I saw it, but I do remember. It's just one of those movies I've always loved. Same as you, Manny. Like I remember when DVDs first came out, and everyone was like collecting DVDs. Like when they dropped the box set, I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, dude! Like I need to buy this like right away." And I've seen it more times than I can count. So it's it's just a it's an awesome movie. A lot of great memories about it. So I'm
I found
excited
it-
about this episode.
Yeah, I
What's
love.
crazy about it is like to be behind this, like when you hear the stories of how it even happened, how it came to be him.
Oh, I think it got denied like 44 times or something crazy like that before it got greenlit, and then all the other shit around it with the DeLorean was supposed to be a fridge, but they thought kids would like
Amazing.
get stuck in fridges.
Amazing.
Which is
That's
probably
how
a
George
real
Lucas
concern.
ended up putting that in the fourth Indiana Jones movie.
Oh God, is that what it was?
Listen,
Yeah,
it's
no.
Punky Brewster taught you one thing: is don't hide in refrigerators because poor
Boom,
Cherry
Charles.
almost bit it.
That's
Also,
dark.
believe it was Tracker from GI Joe. He did one of his more you know.
knows.
Yeah,
about
now
not
you
hiding in a
know.
refrigerator.
Knowing's
Oh,
half
that's
the
what it
battle.
Listen, I can't go by a refrigerator on the side of the street with seeing if the doors are still on or off. I get panicked if the doors are still on and someone's
Yeah.
throwing out a fridge.
That's,
I'm like,
oh my god.
It's safe.
Cherry almost died for nothing.
Oh my god.
That's how you know. That's like the generation. Like, what generation are you from? When like you stop and go check. Like,
That door needs to come off.
Yeah.
And knock on their door. Excuse me, sir.
Here we go.
Gotta take the door off the refrigerator.
yeah,
I-
you know
I
this is
have
against the
one-
law, right?
I have one more anecdote when it comes to Back to the Future.
Okay.
So I was taking a class in college, and it's the first time you meet people, and everybody tries to be as smart as possible. And so there was this on my college dorm floor. There was a guy. He was a super film nerd, and I want to say this is like the third day of school. It's still like August, and we're all hanging out. And he goes on about how Back to the Future is not a good movie.
Oh
Wow.
And his take is it's because it's a popcorn movie.
Okay.
And
Pretentious
And of course,
asshole.
I took it personally. I'm like, yeah, it's a popcorn movie because it's amazing.
Well, first of all, you
Yeah.
call it's a movie. It's not a film. We call it a movie. It's a great movie. So go scratch.
But
whoever this
you'll
guy is.
you'll never meet anyone more pretentious than the
Yeah.
first 2 weeks of college.
Oh
He's in
yeah,
Yeah,
prison.
this is the
even
guy.
in prison.
What a
Yeah,
dick.
he's the guy watching like Eraserhead 5 times a day. Unnecessary. I saw it once. I was like, got it. That was fine. It's great. Great.
Like you want a good
Popcorn.
film, Waiting for Godot.
Yeah. Well, Waiting for Godot with Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter is going to be on Broadway. That is a
That
version
actually
of
is
that.
pretty awesome, though.
I
Yeah.
want to go see that.
I would
But, yeah.
only see it if they used their Bill and Ted accents.
Oh yes.
So
That'd be
many great
fucking
stories about
hilarious.
Bill and Ted. I love that movie. Time travel. But okay, so first, so this movie opens up, and my first question was like, what is Marty's job like with Doc Brown? Is it a job? Is it a friendship? What is happening there, and how? Because it's so confusing to me what it is.
There's
Mr.
nothing
Richardson and
more
I have spoke
uncomfortable
about this
than the
for
fact.
years. Go.
Yeah, there's nothing more uncomfortable than the fact that if my son, who was 18 years old, and his best friend was some 55-year-old old man down the street who does weird
Yeah.
experiments, there's a problem, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
We're checking things. This is like a Criminal Minds episode, like ready to happen.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
do you think the parents even know that he's hanging
No.
out with the?
No,
you
his
know,
they're
his
checked
terrible
But
parents.
remember,
Yeah.
George McFly is a notorious pushover,
Yeah.
so he's
Yeah.
not going to say anything.
Yeah,
And
His
Notorious
mom is
pushover.
half in the bag all the time.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
take
yeah,
care of his
yeah.
dog well. Like, do we really trust?
but like,
doctors?
where did they meet? Where did they meet?
I have a
Good question.
theory. I think I probably stole it from the internet that it started out as like an internship, or it could be what I would like to say in my own headcanon is Marty's kind of a rebel. He probably like was snooping around one time and got caught there, and then they just kind of struck up a friendship. And because I'll tell you what, Doc Brown doesn't have a lot of other friends, it seems.
No. I mean, he's broke, right?
Except the
Or, like,
Libyan
none of his
terrorists.
stuff works. None of his like inventions work. Like you see, like the dog food in the
Oh,
beginning,
yeah.
is kind of overflowing. All the clocks. I mean, the clock scene was hilarious. Like, why did he need that many clocks for it to
Classic.
happen? He's got the big amp. The question is, did he build the amp for Marty, or did he have that first?
That was so
And-
ridiculous.
And that's why Marty became friends with him, because he's like, yo, he's got this sick sound system.
I think that could be it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe that's what attracted Marty in the first place. That's what he got caught with. He was like,
That's how
I heard there's a
Doc
giant
draws with
amp
his
here.
teenagers.
So
Yeah.
all this sounds like is we are writing the Back to the Future prequel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, there
Why
you
are we
go.
giving away this
friends.
gold?
Yeah,
Well,
this
'cause that's
happens
what-
here on these episodes all the
'cause
time.
that's what
and
I
we're
want
like,
to. Yeah.
don't give out more things for. Well, they do need more original stuff, but
No.
you know,
No.
but not to this, not on this. They can't touch
No.
Back to the Future.
No.
You
So
know?
ready? Here's how it works. We pick up Doc Brown right after he's lost his last contract, so he's down to like no money. He was
Okay.
at one point successful, and now he's down in his luck. And perhaps this is the time where he's even thinking about ending it all. And that's when he meets Marty.
Could be.
That's dark.
Me-
Now,
Love
then-
of his life.
Now there's some that say that him back going. Would be weird. But him going back to the future is why they became best friends, because he met him, and like saved his life to go to the.
Oh, this is like
the
the
future.
Terminator thing, where
Yeah,
does
so
the
that
arm
would have
lead
never
to the
really
Terminator?
happened.
Does the Terminator lead to the arm?
Yes.
Yeah, and like that's why they're actually as close as they are, is because he knows that he saved his life, because he warns him.
Maybe.
Before
could
that,
work.
they're not
That
really
could
that
work.
close or
That could
whatever.
work.
So, anyways,
Okay, go, Mr. Richard. You were saying something.
No. I was just thinking about that works. That actually works.
yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, I have issues with the dog. I don't think he's a good, PETA should be involved, right? Let's face
Yeah.
it.
Perhaps
The
Marty
dog,
was
the
hired
dog
to take
itself
care of the
bothered
dog.
me. The
Yeah.
food left there.
Oh.
He experimented on the dog for the first like time travel trip. There's a lot with the
Yeah,
dog.
he like
you know.
he
That was
willy-nilly
crazy.
did that. Like I was like, the first time that's what you're gonna do. The whole thing about
Right.
that bothered me was like, all right, the thing is remote control,
Mhm.
right? You don't need the dog in there. You could just put the timer in there,
Right.
and that's it.
Right.
No,
You
the
don't
dog. The dog is like the monkey in the spaceship.
To see
You know,
if
they
it
had to
survived
see
the
Yeah.
if
trip.
time travel survives,
Ah.
if the living
Yeah.
thing survives through time travel.
Okay,
That's
Throw
why
a
he's a bad pet
pineapple in
owner.
there.
Yeah, but
That's
how
why
could you
he's a
tell
bad
if the
pet owner.
pineapple
Could've
stopped
but then
growing?
to put a rat in there, like
Explosives.
I'm sorry if you really love rats, but like a dog, like what?
His dog.
Right.
It's not
So
even a
just come back
random
motivated,
dog.
Now rats. We're just coming for
Yeah, he
everything.
didn't
I
go.
care
He
about.
didn't like.
He's
go
got a
adopt
name.
random-
It's Einstein.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
I-
risking the dog's life on your first trip through time, it's a bit much. You know, it's a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get, but he's
So
a
hold
bit-
on.
He's unhinged by this point. He's dealing with Libyan terrorists to get plutonium. Like he doesn't give a shit at this point.
No,
He's
I-
just
Yeah.
like, hey, whatever,
See?
man. He's unhinged.
Right,
This is
that's-
more stuff for the prequel. Einstein is not the first Einstein.
Ooh, good point.
Oh.
He could have also been a
so
clone, though.
dark.
He's just
Yeah.
the first Einstein that survived.
Yeah.
Good point.
We could go really dark.
Yeah,
I mean, I think Doc Brown is like some sort of like terrorist for hire. I think that, like swordfish. Like, how is he getting the plutonium and
Yeah.
the way he gets it? And then he treats it like trash. Like they should have
Find
exploded.
him
Like,
first, because didn't they find him to make a bomb?
But how do you look him up?
But
Like
yeah,
you said,
that's what I said. Like they put a help wanted ad, like, "Hey, need some mad scientists to build dirty bomb. Like we have plutonium." Like,
Well, maybe
how do
they're
they get
smart enough to
Plutonium
like.
will travel.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. They're just smart enough to like scientists that just
Yeah.
failed on like they just suck at inventing stuff and whatever, and they're like, oh, let this guy because he's down on his luck, so he'll do
Yeah.
anything.
You know what? It
He'll
is
make a dirty
weird if
bomb.
you think about it. It's not like he posted it back on like a bulletin board. Like, there's no internet, there's no Facebook. How did he randomly meet Libyan terrorists?
Yeah, it's
How
a
do you
very,
go- how do you
very
go about
interesting
finding
question.
that?
well,
Telling you, man,
Their
this guy's
town-
messed up.
yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr.
I
Richardson.
was gonna say, can we talk about the fact that the terrorists come after him when they realize that he built them a bomb made of used pinball machine parts? Did they test the bomb? Did they open the bomb to see the pinball? Like, what did
True.
they try to blow up to
They
go?
probably went to blow something up. And
Oh,
didn't
dude,
work.
man, that
work.
means that he could have been, Doc Brown stopped an explosion of like
Right.
a very
Terrorist
important building.
attack. Yeah.
All right,
They did good.
another
Like a
side
Pan Am
story.
flight or something.
He's doing from that
Yeah.
power. Gotcha.
Like he changed the future right there without even the time machine.
So
Doc
hold
Brown
on.
changed
Now
it.
we have a multiversal story of Back to the
Yes.
Future.
Exactly.
It's definitely deeper.
We haven't even moved on yet. We're still at the beginning.
Still the first scene.
We didn't even talk about how shitty this town is. I mean, it's trash.
The
It looks like
the town is trash.
garbage.
Where they live is trash. All of this is, and they do it every
The school's
It's like-
trash.
every town that we see in all the in the time zones or the timelines. They always end up being like, oh, that's a shady area. Like Marty
Is
lived
it
like,
sad that the nicest Hill Valley was 1885?
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Just sad.
That's the only time it was nice.
But it was so weird. And I would say one of the most egregious thing, and I think it's hilarious that we're having you guys on this podcast episode. When we did Ghostbusters 1, we talked about product placement. This movie was like a literal commercial for every single product I have ever in the 80s. Like Tab was there, Pepsi Free. What the fuck is Pepsi Free?
Pay for it first.
Yeah. It was unbelievable. It was just unbelievable how much product placement was in Ghostbusters, was in Back to the
Oh, they
Future.
needed the
It was
movie to
amazing.
get paid for.
Yeah, but it
Come
was so much.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
And he wasn't
You know-
getting,
you
he was
know-
getting paid nothing at this time because he was doing Teen Wolf at this time.
Oh, yeah.
Gets
Great movie
hired.
also.
They fire Eric Schultz. Thank God they
Stoltz.
fire Eric Schultz because I don't think we'd be here.
Stoltz.
Stoltz. They wouldn't.
It's
we
another
wouldn't be here.
alternate timeline.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be here talking about it. I don't
No,
think it would be
probably
that that
Have you
great.
seen the YouTube clips of him? Have you seen him on?
Oh,
the
yeah.
It's a very different movie. I mean,
Yeah.
look, say what you want about Michael J. Fox, because he's so charismatic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You needed it.
And Stoltz is a fine actor. He just can't carry a movie. Obviously,
No.
his kind of movie career has shown that.
Yeah.
You know the whole story that he would leave Teen Wolf to go shoot this.
No, it
Go
wasn't
back-
Teen Wolf. It was Family, Ties.
No, look it up. Also, Teen Wolf too. He was
Not
being,
two. Team Wolf.
Not Teen. Teen Wolf was
As well.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, Teen
There
Wolf
you go.
was
There you
being
go.
filmed, or maybe he just had finished or whatever, and they would release this first. And because of how popular this was, Teen Wolf ended up being more popular than it should have been because that movie isn't as good as this movie at all. Although I'll still watch it. Ironically,
Still a
it's-
good
it's
movie.
bad movie. Yeah.
I mean, Michael J. Fox that year, being on the #1 television show on TV, which was Family Ties. These 1 and 2,
Yeah.
and then the #1 movie of the year. This thing, I think I looked it up earlier. $19 million budget, made
Wow.
like over 388 million or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
In the
Well,
80s,
That's crazy.
ridiculous.
Is
According
there a
to the
reason why I
internet-
thought that Steven Spielberg was a part of this movie?
He is somewhere.
He's a
He-
producer.
he's
No, I
got
know
like a
George
credit
Lucas
somewhere.
gets a producer credit, I feel like, or
Yeah.
somebody. Maybe it's one of them.
Did he do something in the second one? Because like I feel like for some reason he had something. Like why I think about him
I mean,
when I
we
think
do
about
have the
this movie.
internet. We can always just ask.
Yeah, that's true. But
I mean,
Because
he's not
by
on
the way, the
producer-
internet does say Fox was simultaneously working on both Family Ties and Back to the Future during
okay,
the filming of the first movie. This required him to juggle a demanding schedule, filming Family Ties in the day and then Back to the Future set at night.
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
Another part we didn't touch on the beginning part yet, because we were talking about the Libyan terror stuff. The riding the skateboard in the back of the truck, like we're talking about kids in fridges. Like, how many kids do you think got injured trying to do that shit as a result of this freaking movie?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
Who tried it? Who
I
attempted
did.
it?
I
could
tried
never. I'm
doing
uncoordinated as shit, so
rollerblades.
it didn't work.
I could never stay in a skateboard long enough to hold on.
Yeah. We tried,
I
like,
would've-
we did the bicycle, but not a car.
I never did the car because I wasn't that great at skateboarding, but I did do it on rollerblades. I did sketching. Remember that video game? Sketching? Was it called sketching? Sketching? I don't know. It was a rollerblade. You had to hold on to cars, racing, whatever. But I did try that.
It was a big
That was really dangerous.
It was super dangerous. It was so
He
stupid.
did it so smooth too. It was like, I can do that. This is
Yeah.
It's like, it looks easy as hell. Let's go.
And then he does it on just a piece of wood and some
in the
roller
50s.
skate wheels
Yes.
from 1955, and there was no way that would have lasted as he's being
No, he
chased by
invented the
Biff.
skateboard, Dan. He invented
Yeah,
the
he
skateboard.
did.
rock and roll. This guy.
Yeah,
fuck
this
that
guy
shit,
did
man.
everything.
He
No, but see,
stole-
then
Dumb.
that becomes
guy
the Star Trek conundrum where did the guy who had the thin plexiglass create it, or did Scotty give it to him? And then it's the circle all over again.
Yes, definitely. So the whole thing, like the part of his audition and stuff, like this is why I don't
Huey
understand why
Lewis
people
is
don't
there.
think
Huey
this is a
Lewis
good-
there, yeah.
Yeah, I
love
don't
that.
understand why people don't think that this is like a good film in a way, because the storytelling is great, like the foreshadowing of everything. Like
Perfect.
they're setting everything up. Like, all right, he can't play. They think he's terrible. He doesn't really practice. I don't even know if he's good until the end. But like all of a sudden he's that good. Why wasn't he that good in the beginning? Like it. How people think this is bad is crazy. Like I love the way this movie tells the story.
It was
That's
poor
just-
song choice the first for the band. He should have picked something different. He went too rock. But at the end when it's a callback, like the they tipped it off. It's like the gun in the drawer thing in a movie. Like if there's a gun in the drawer, that's
The
coming
fish
back.
under the
Point.
sea dance.
It
Yeah,
has to happen. So called back later where he's actually doing it, and that probably not my number one. Number two, we'll get to it later. Of course, that's one of my most rewatchable parts is Johnny Be Good. Like that scene.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
so
Number
good.
two for me. Number one is something else, but that's amazing. It's a
I mean, the
great
CGI, the special effects of his hand going is
Great.
the worst right now. But
No,
like,
but in
back then, you were like,
1985, that
so
was
cool.
groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yes.
Yeah, I love that part.
And the fading photo, like, come on, like,
Can I say something about the photo since we're just throwing out
Yeah.
stuff?
Might as well.
All right, so here's my issue because ready, this is what's going to
I
happen.
know what
Here's
it
my
is.
issue with the photo. You know where it's going with this? Two things. One, there's two issues with the photo. First, the second he interfered with his parents' meeting, I think he should have just straight up disappeared.
Yeah.
Because how do we know? But I understand the universe gave him like 2 days to figure it out. But the bigger thing with the photo that always bothered me as a kid, like, shouldn't the photo be fading? Because once they leave, who's taking a picture of like the grass?
No, but the trees
Right?
still exist, Mr. Richardson.
But no one took
But
the
see-
photo.
the photo should be fading because there's no one in the photo to take.
well,
Mm,
Like,
yeah,
point.
unless
It
the
should
guy,
be
yeah,
also
this is true.
filtering away. The
And
photo
it's-
should not exist.
Well,
Exactly.
Or
Because no one's
he
there to
should
take
go
the
first
photo.
because why does the older brother go first? Considering,
Well, the older brother should go first.
Because he
He's
had
born
one
It's
first.
it's in chronological order.
true, okay, but then he wouldn't have existed at all.
They should all be going at the same time. The second he interfered, it should have just snapped out of existence.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Well, then you wouldn't
But
have
then we
Definitely
wouldn't have
God.
the movie.
We would have a movie. But that's okay. That's what nitpicks are for, guys.
No,
That's
but
what-
what that does is it gives you it sets up the whole, like, he has a mission. There's a time limit. There's like a certain amount of time that he has
the
to
clock.
complete what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's got to beat the clock, like you said. Otherwise, he
Yes.
could just hang out and do whatever.
True.
It-
So
it's
this
like
this created, like, a push to the movie.
it's like it's like in Face Off when the bomb that Nicolas Cage sets, it's not going off in like 24 hours. It's like, in 3 days or so. Like it's some weird timeline. It's like, why would someone set a bomb for 5 days, like from when the bomb is
Bomb's
just
going
sitting
off
there?
in 3 days. I'm gonna go home and take a nap.
Yeah, I got
Plenty of time.
I got to do a couple of things before.
I gotta go get my face ripped off.
I gotta run
But-
some errands.
Yeah, it's really odd, like, because I agree too. Like once he saved his once he just lands in 1955, he basically should have disappeared. Everything should have like been warped after that, because like he meets Mr. Peabody. I mean, he crashes into his barn. Like everything should have blown up because like everything kind of changes everyone's perception
Well,
in
they
some way.
changed things a little bit, like it's
Like
Lone
Lone
Pine
Pine
instead
Mall.
of Twin
Yeah,
Pine, like
Yeah.
But I love in the beginning, like all that is like you're told as an audience, like all the things that you're gonna
Everything.
need, you're gonna see what you need to know. Like Marty knows about the whole, like we're like listening to them meeting, how the mom and dad met and everything. Like he needed to know a lot of
It's
that.
great foreshadowing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
just to get everything tied up. Because if he didn't pay attention to his parents at all, like if there were cell phones back then and kids were just scrolling, that he wouldn't have known how to fix anything. Like he wouldn't
No.
even have known. Like how do I get them to the under the sea dance? Because like I don't know how my mom and dad met. Like I wasn't paying attention to that damn story. I was scrolling on TikTok while I was having dinner. Like
While I was eating eating, the only one eating dinner is Marty, and his dad pours a bowl of peanut brittle. What the fuck is happening in this family? Like there's a problem, and everyone hates the McFlys. Like it's like
Yeah.
everyone hates them. Like
Well,
Yeah.
what did
well,
they
look,
do?
You're taking shots at the dad. Here's the biggest shot ever. If my wife had met someone 30 years earlier, and then all of a sudden she's like, when your third kid is born, I want to name him after that name.
Yeah.
I'm like, we have to have a real conversation
Yep.
right here.
See,
Yeah,
I'm
but-
okay with this because this is the guy who set them up. So they vaguely remember. They only knew him for like 7 days. They vaguely remember the guy who kind of set them up. And then that's my only. There's no problem with that because they don't remember his face. I can't remember someone I met who moved into the high school for 6 days. I would never remember it. And I wouldn't remember what he looked like anyway. My issue with here's my problem. So I was okay with that. My other problem though is his brother Dave. Why is he not named Marty? Why isn't the
No.
first
No,
one
good
named
point.
after
Because his name
Marty?
was Calvin Klein. His name was not Marty. His name wasn't Marty. It was Calvin
Oh,
Klein.
all right.
No, but
Yeah,
they,
you're
no,
right, you're
they,
right,
they,
you're right.
they, no, stop. They told him at the end his real name. My friends call me Marty.
yes.
She asked him. I
Oh
watched it
shit,
last
you're
night.
right.
She asked
Oh.
him, "Is it your name, Calvin Klein? It's all over your underwear." He's like, "No, my friends call me Marty."
And
Yeah.
he mentioned if you have a
Marty,
kid, name
that's a
one of them
wonderful
after me.
name. Yeah, Marty, that's a wonderful name. My point is, why is Dave, the older brother, named Dave? Why isn't he named Marty? He's the first
You don't
kid.
know if that's
Well,
a
because it was by the
family
time
name
they
or-
got down the end. It was like, what do we name this kid?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that guy. Yeah, Marty.
Oh yeah, that
Sweet.
guy that
Marty.
came in school for 6 days. Was
It
allowed to
looks
walk
exactly
around.
like our
Nobody-
child now.
Nobody checks.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
you
my
guys are
question. Like,
teachers.
I know you say you don't remember a face, Mr. Richardson, but like, I think you'd be like, "Holy fuck, he looks exactly like that guy." That like,
Yeah,
he-
that's
like,
even
that was-
more
that
questions.
was
They'd be
that
like-
It
together,
was a
right? Like,
defining moment in their lives. All of them.
Yeah, like
It was a
remember that
defining
guy
moment.
that wanted
Yeah.
us to pretend that
Wait,
he was
how-
raping you, and then
Yeah,
How
right.
long? How long
why does
was
he look
there?
like that?
Poor
Did he
Lea
end up in like
Thompson.
the yearbook?
He only made it.
No, he was
came
there
in
for, like-
Saturday. Left the following Saturday,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
All
He was
right.
there
But
a week.
still,
Here's my
it was
question:
like-
you guys are teachers.
Right.
This is a random kid walking around, like he's in school. Okay, he goes to lunch. He goes to
Goes to
recess.
lunch.
He's doing all this stuff. Nobody's checking on this guy at homeroom.
It was the 50s,
And
man.
the
No one gave a
principal walks
shit.
up to him.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: there was no ID
It was a
back
different
then.
time.
Yeah.
Nobody
There was
had
no
ID.
ID. They let people move around freely, and I don't have every kid in my class. If I'm teaching in high school, I'm assuming he's in the lunchroom half the time, and everyone's just like, "All right, who's this kid?" Now, Doc being in the building is kind of odd too.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
when he's in
Get
there,
this
in the
creepy
beginning,
old man out of here.
yeah. Well, who's that guy? Where
Well,
does
he's
he
a
work?
creepy middle-aged man at that point.
And you would
Yeah,
think
good
like
point.
that some of the principal kind of knows Doc and is like, who is this
true.
guy?
That's
Get him
true.
get him out of here. We know he's deals with some shady things. So get him
I'd
out.
like more of the principal. I wish we had more of the principal in the
Well,
movie,
you see a
'cause he
lot
was
more of the
amazing.
principal of what his thing like in two, like the Biff
Which
era.
part
Wow.
2
That
was
crazy.
set up in this movie.
Oh yeah,
When Doc Brown says, "I'm going to go 25 years into the future," 2010, he was like, I'm also going to know the people who won the next 25 World Series." And I'm like, holy shit, that pretty much is the premise in a way
Yeah.
of how Back to the Future 2 it happens. So
Yeah.
they were all right. I mean, Zemeckis was already like going, all right, we're going to have 2 at least.
Yeah,
Like,
but you know what I read the other day in my half neck internet recess that the To Be Continued wasn't in theaters. They only added that to the
Oh,
DC.
really?
Oh,
They actually did not
Interesting.
put that in theaters. They
gotta
added
hedge your
it.
bets, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
And
yeah,
they
I
were
mean,
like,
they
threw it
saw
in.
the results of the box office, and they were
And
like,
they just
"Give
tossed
me
it in the
another."
VHS
Yeah.
Give us
version. That
73 of
wasn't-
these.
That is so. That's
I am
why.
shocked that there's only 2 sequels.
I would
Yes.
agree with that. Yep.
How is there
Apparently
not
they
like
did some terrible
terrible
cartoon also with like Doc Brown flying around the train, but like I don't ever remember watching that.
I saw
Oh,
it.
the Back
How
to
are
the
there
Future
not,
cartoon.
like-
I was
Yeah, I
annoyed
never saw
about the
that.
train, though. Like
Yeah.
I know we're not supposed to talk about
Back to the
that-
Future 3.
yeah, but like that's too big of a thing. There you rely on
no.
too many like places with
I have,
tracks.
I have a lot
like,
of issues with
you
3,
know?
bro, and that's
Yeah.
a small one.
Like,
Every time it's just a wet. Like anytime we have to go to the West, I'm like, you've run out of ideas.
Also,
Same thing with Ninja Turtles 3. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are we doing
so,
here?
but
Yep.
I mean, I didn't mind 3 though. Like it's okay.
Yeah, we'll see
But,
when we
there's
rewatch
worse
it.
movies and
Okay.
worse
Yeah.
sequels
Yes.
than
We'll
3.
see.
But
We'll
like,
see.
we'll see. Okay, but like, what the thing with me is like, at the end of this one, I know we're skipping all around, which we usually do here,
It
but
doesn't
like
matter.
at the end of this
point,
one, he goes and flies away without caring. It's like the daytime. Like they didn't even wait until like 3 in the morning. He's just like, we gotta go. Do you really have to go? Because you have a time machine. You could just wait and
Yeah.
then set the time and get back
I know.
when you need to.
But
Like
my
he was in a
favorite.
rush to go where?
Yeah.
Like the future isn't written yet. Like you
Well-
didn't need to go back yet. You could be like, yo, let's go hang out. Let's pretend that you went to the campsite. And then we're gonna leave from the campsite. Like,
no,
that's
you know
all
what the
that has to
urgency
happen.
was? You know what the urgency was, Manny, is because remember, he does the car race with Flea right afterwards and crashes into the Rolls Royce, and that's what fucks up his music
Ruins
career.
his
Yeah, but
future.
Doc
That would have been the
doesn't know
next
that.
thing he was doing. No,
Doc
he knows that.
doesn't
I
know
think he knows
You
that,
think
doesn't
he does that? I think I guess
Yeah,
he
because
does.
Yeah,
he
he
knows
had
Marty.
No, but he's
exactly
been
knows
gone.
I think he
What
knows
makes
that.
you think that was the first time he went back?
Good point.
Okay.
Out here dropping
But
He might have
still-
pinpointed to that specific
But
canon
still-
event time.
So,
and be
but
like,
still,
boom.
like he could have just taken him away. Like, dude, you don't get in this car. Like, just don't. And then, like, you helped me out. You saved my life. You wrote that thing, the note, whatever. Don't get in the car.
Which
There's
doesn't
no
that
ruin your
fuck up
life.
the
See-
future?
This is actually the one thing that I really love about Back to the Future, as being the first time really exposed to time travel. And there was no whatever. Now as an adult, you're like, look at all. I don't understand X, Y, and Z. But as a kid watching it in '86, where time travel in my perimeter wasn't necessarily like something we chatted about all the time or whatever. Just, whatever. They went back in time.
Yeah.
Big deal. Who cares how it all works? We
Yeah.
don't got to worry about stepping on stuff. But now there is so much and this and that and time travel.
Yeah.
There's all these
And
holes you
this-
think about, like, why is it like this?
It's
Yeah.
like suspension of disbelief too when
The
you're that age, right? Like you don't
innocence-
think about it.
Yes,
Yeah.
the innocence that Back to the Future had was, for me, one of the. It's like I watched it and didn't even care about time travel.
Yeah.
It
No.
was just.
No, it was great. And I do want to go back to the scene of the mom, like, is sitting in the dark, like, watching Marty. Like, what is going on?
God.
Right?
Some
They're like,
serious
what-
Oedipus
first of all,
complex shit.
When
going on
did she
here.
take his pants off?
Yeah, why did she
That's-
take his pants off?
Why
And
is his
why
pants
is the
off?
mother letting her stay in this room with the lights off? Like why did the lights need to be totally off? Like, you guys are
It was-
parents.
it was
Would this be
nighttime.
happening?
No.
No, this would be happening 100%. I would have murdered that child.
Yeah.
Especially in the
that actually
50s,
daughter,
I
like,
think
yeah,
the 50s
yeah.
definitely didn't make sense that would have been going on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the big takeaway that Marty has to have out of this entire experience is both his parents are freaks. Dad's in the tree spying on a woman getting undressed,
What the
and mom basically harassed him the second she was in. I'm a teacher.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey,
The
guys,
second
this
she was in the bed.
I know I'm only a guest here, but this is a sex positive podcast.
Absolutely.
Not in
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah, yeah, very
what's
good
funny
point.
is like he's it's funny because he's peeping through her window. It's what, 3:00 in the afternoon or something?
Again, everyone's doing stuff in the daytime. We
Obviously,
need
he
nighttime.
knows her schedule.
That she gets undressed in front
And
of an
why she-
open window at
Yeah.
3. Like, and I'm not
She-
saying anyone should spy on her, but there's
you
got to
gonna
be
be your
some
guest
blinds
before the
somewhere
event?
and some shades. Like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, here in LA, like when I walk around on the street, no one has blinds or shades for some reason, and it's so weird to me. But
They're
living
waiting
all
to get
around,
discovered.
Yeah.
but yeah, I was like, wow, it's 3 in the after. It's got to be like 3 in the afternoon, and he's looking through her window. I thought this happened at night because that's how I remembered it. But What
I
a
think it
fucking
happened later in the day because didn't the dad hit him home on the
Yeah,
on
he
the
was
way
coming
from
home.
work?
well, maybe
But
it was
still,
summer,
it
so
was
the
broad
lights, the sun's
daylight.
out.
Yeah, it
No,
was
it
broad
couldn't be
daylight.
It's
summer.
light
They
out
were at
because
school.
it's 3.
Oh,
Kids are coming
God.
home from school though. High school's already out. They're on their way
Yeah.
home. He's
So
at
it was
the
definitely,
tree. You
but he
can
got
see
hit by
him.
the dad on the way home from work. So it's definitely
Sun's
later
out.
in the day,
It's
later
very
afternoon.
confusing.
But it was still plenty daylight.
But
to
he
be
left
doing
his
that.
bike out, like just out. You know, like
Yeah.
Next
that
to the
goes
tree
like
that he climbed up.
like right next to the tree. He didn't even like hide it. He was just like, "This
Nope.
is it."
No one said he was a
think,
smart
You
man.
think the
Like, what are we
neighbors
doing?
are like, there goes that creepy kid again.
Because he's there every day at 3.
You see the
It's like-
POV of the other one, like I can't wait till he gets caught. Like
They're
Look, the
calling the
kid's in the
police.
tree
They're
again.
like,
Let the dog
"Man,
out. It must be
we
3
can't do
o'clock."
anything until he
Yeah.
breaches the barrier." You know,
yeah,
Oh my God. I just
There
want,
are no-
again,
God forbid, there are no stalking laws.
yeah,
no.
no.
I just want, again, like, why and how did she get his pants off? Like, that is the craziest part because she's like, he hit his head. His pants
Weren't they
don't need to
washed-
be off.
Was there a thing that they were washing them or something like that?
No, they were in her room on the floor.
Yeah.
First of
She
all,
said, put your
in my
pants back
opinion,
on.
Like
Maybe you're not
wish
supposed to be
chest or
laying in
whatever
the
it
bed
is.
with your clothes on. 'Cause
Again-
that's like kind of gross.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it would-
yeah.
if this
I do.
happened to me, and I don't have kids, but that person that I hit would be downstairs in the living room laying down. He wouldn't be in my daughter's room with
I
the
don't know.
lights off.
Anyway, right.
Yeah.
I would have maybe went crazy and called an ambulance just for fun. I don't know if that's not the
Oh,
option.
yes. All right.
Like, you know what? Well,
But-
we hit a kid. Let me go call an ambulance because he jumped in front of the
What
car.
did he call them again? He said, he's like, Lorraine. What did
They
she
hit another one of these kids or something.
Yeah, yeah. He said
Where these
something
kids
like,
jumped
I'm
in front of
like,
my car again.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like, so
this
again.
guy is just hitting
Oh, so
the
you know what?
kids.
He can't call the cops. This is like his 4th body.
Yeah, yeah.
This guy, this guy
guys,
just had 2 martini lunch
Yeah.
over there.
But
Yeah.
he killed number.
Ben
This is like
George
I know what you did
all
last.
this time.
Yeah.
This is like
I
the
know what
11th
you did
time.
last summer.
Yeah.
situation.
George
Yes,
Wisconsin gets
exactly.
in and runs away. So
Yeah.
now this time he's dead.
And now
He's murdered
Marty
children.
gets
They're
hit.
buried in the back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah, they're in the back. He's like in the back. Oh God,
Like I
not
said,
again.
It's like I know what you did last summer. He's killed children. He's
Yeah.
like, I can't take another one. I'm on probation. We got to hide this one. Let's bring him in the
Man,
house.
we are making a lot of dark backstory to this
Yes.
movie.
Well,
That's
I mean,
probably what happened.
this movie is weird because
This
if
is
you
why
go
it was
all
a
the way back
children's
to the yeah.
No, we didn't go this far. Like Charlie said,
Yeah.
like we didn't have to think about it this far.
Nope.
Well, as
Like,
a kid, I
yeah.
also didn't catch that in the graffiti in front of the school that someone graffitied the word smegma on the school.
All right.
So I had to pause that because I was like, I didn't just see what I saw. And yes, there's a right
That's
in the
probably
beginning.
one of like the stagehands or something. Like we're like, oh, let me just see if this could get away with it.
smegma.
Deep cut.
You don't know what that is? Look it up, everyone.
Yeah,
Have fun.
got
A
it.
$19 million budget. They had people doing everything. Hey, you can do that? Go. Just write stuff.
Yeah.
don't need more
Yeah,
money.
yeah. Exactly.
All that money went to that gigantic truck of horse manure. So I mean, the budget went there. I mean, absolutely that.
Having
and
a
the
car
DeLorean.
now, you can't help but feel bad for that guy. Now that I own a
Yeah.
car, yeah. I know he's a horrible person and attempted to rape a girl later on in the film, but that much
Yeah.
money in a car does stink. Let's just keep it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
it's not what you want.
You know what?
Did everyone notice? Everyone recognized Billy Zane was in his band
His
of
crew.
terrorists there.
He wore
yeah.
the glasses.
Yeah, he was one of the cronies.
Yeah, Billy Zane. It's so weird and
I
random.
read that he was supposed to be Biff, but
Wow.
he wasn't tall enough to go against Eric when Eric was cast.
Ah.
So they brought in Biff so he could be taller. And then when they switched to Michael J. Fox, he could have switched, but at that point they already committed to it, whatever.
Yeah.
But
I
Yeah.
think Biff was perfectly cast.
No,
I
no,
thought
but he
crushed that
wasn't.
part.
Zane wasn't big enough against Eric, and that's why. But Biff was a great move to put him back up there.
Oh, he was
Yeah,
And
amazing.
Michael J. Fox is, I think, 5'5" or 6" or something really,
With
really
heels.
I mean,
Yeah.
I gotta give it to who's the actor who plays
He's like
Biff?
Stallone tall.
Thomas
Biff?
Wilson.
Thomas
So
Wilson.
I gotta give
Yeah,
it to him
Thomas
because of the way he changes Biff's demeanor after
Mhm.
in the
Yeah.
two timelines. About how like Biff just loses his confidence. He loses making fun of, McFly because he got destroyed by him and now is cleaning his car in the back
That's
in
what happens
'85.
when you stand up to a bully.
But here's where I think they go wrong in this. Older Biff in 2015 is
Donald Trump?
like the original bit. Yeah, that one.
Oh
No,
my
That's
God,
what we were
Billy.
based on.
Oh, okay. Because he's the grandfather Biff, like he's a dick. And like just like Biff the original.
Mhm.
And I'm like, wait, but
He
when
shouldn't
time
be.
got changed,
Yeah.
it was a nicer Biff. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Nicer
But then he
Biff.
got rich, and money changes you.
How about
No,
the
but when
fact
they
that
first went in
sports
the
gambling
future,
is
he was
illegal
a
in
grumpy old
California?
man.
How did he get rich?
No, what I'm talking about is Grandpa Biff.
Yeah, because what happened was he was nice, and then when he got money, and then he changed the timeline. I think he
Okay.
just changed
no,
the
when he
timeline.
first went to the future,
Oh,
he was just
original
old man
one.
Biff, but not rich yet
Yeah.
because he was
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
And he steals it. He just
Remember,
he
he was
just-
still cleaning his grandson's car because his
he's
grandson.
just grumpy old man. That's what he is.
Yeah,
He's grumpy
that
old
makes
man.
Well, he
Yeah.
was at that point. He had like he was
I'm right there.
standing up to Marty's son. You know,
He got
whatever he called.
mistreated by this nerd his whole life. He's just all pissed off. Like he's
Yeah,
like George
yeah, he
McFly
lost his
punched me in the
girl.
face and my life went to
Like
shit.
60
Like
years ago.
yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Do you know that there's a whole theory or like that when there's a scene, a cutout scene, that when he gets back from going back to the past with the Automac, he dies. Like, because that coming back from time, he's so old, he
Change the
actually like
timeline.
dies in the street. Like
Oh,
Biff
I
gets
thought he was
out of
fading.
Biff.
Oh, he's
The old Biff dies.
Ah.
Like when he gets back out.
Interesting.
What is this episode?
It's crazy. It's this episode is what would happen if you actually went back in time. Shit just jumping around everywhere.
There are a couple
Daniel, you can land this plane, buddy. I got you. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah.
Let's go. Take us home. What are we doing next?
All right,
It's
like,
gonna
let's
be
get us
like
back.
that movie with Denzel Washington where he had to flip the plane upside down. to
Oh yeah,
land
well
it.
he was
Yeah.
hammered.
I thought you were going to talk about deja
Like,
vu.
he was hammered. Yeah.
No,
But,
it's gonna be like that movie, The Butterfly Effect, with Ashton
oh,
Kutcher.
yeah.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
So I want to talk about Christopher Lloyd. A couple people first Christopher Lloyd. He was amazing. His facial expressions are just so memorable. He was great. It reminds me of why I also like Rookie of the Year when like Daniel Stern in that movie and why that movie's so great. Though we have to put that to the test. But like Christopher Lloyd, everything was so great. The scene with the model when the car went off the model. First of all, way better model than in Iron Eagle. When he made the model out of olives in Slappy's bar.
Slappy's bar.
Spaghetti and
Well,
meatballs.
That also has my favorite random joke in it. He's like, "Sorry, I only have time for one coat of paint."
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He's like, sorry, it's not to scale. Like he apologized so bad. Like, I'm like, he should just do models. Like he's better at doing model work than being a scientist. Like his display was fantastic. I was like, what the heck?
Absolutely. I mean, and when that car goes off the thing and sets those rags on fire, his facial expression,
His reaction
Yeah, it
is
was
amazing.
so perfect.
Typical comedian.
Yes.
It's great.
yeah,
Yes.
unbelievable. Loved it. Christopher Lloyd, top notch. Screaming the entire time. He had like 2 volumes, whisper
He was
and
just
screaming. And that was
all the
it.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Lea Thompson, just amazing. Love Lea Thompson in this movie. She's great.
Well,
Absolutely.
I mean, and it's
Oh,
funny
it's a great
'cause-
cast.
Yeah.
because in any other part that could just be a terrible character because there's not much to it,
No.
but she's just so adorable in it. Like when she shows up after the model incident and knocks on the door, that could come off as like really kind of creepy, but no, all of a sudden you're just like, she's so adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
While
and
she's
it's-
stalking Marty.
yeah. What's funny is like a year later, after trying to seduce her son in the past, she then seduces a space duck in Howard the Duck. So poor Lea Thompson has had to both kiss her son in a movie and then kiss a duck. Like
That was
great.
weird.
You got to
Like right before the scene, she's like, the check cleared, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want
She's
me
like,
to?
you guys know I was in Back to the Future, right?
Yeah, I mean, for God's sakes.
That's terrible. No, it's true. It's terrible. Can we talk about? I know you're leading the path. I apologize.
No.
No.
Go
but
ahead.
I'm thinking about the
Are
scale
you trying
model.
to hijack this podcast? Because I've been
I'm
trying to do it
not-
for 30
I'm not.
minutes.
There is no path.
There's no.
We're all over
Talk
the place.
about how incredible Doc's plan was. we say he may be a odd scientist, not know. He saw the lightning strike, the timing to make that work perfectly. And for me, that final few minutes, I know we're jumping around now.
Yeah.
Is that scene.
I'm
You
gonna
have a
push
roller
back here
coaster ride.
because he was wrong. His calculations were wrong.
How?
Remember, he was fighting to put the thing back in, and that is what caused the delay.
No,
If
the
it
delay is
wasn't
the car didn't
that-
start. The car didn't start on time.
Yeah, that's
He
what I'm
jumped
saying.
off
Like,
the line.
But
his
he had to like
calculations-
plug them in.
But his calculations were off. If the car started on time, he would have missed the electric bolt.
Whoa.
But I think he knew it. I don't know. I got nothing. All I know.
I think it all happened
because.
because destiny. Because
Yeah,
it was my
Because the
destiny.
tree branch is what
His-
made
This
the
is
tree
my
branch
destiny.
fell, and that's what
Your
made
density?
the line too short.
The fact
Yeah.
that first the car doesn't start, then the branch breaks the wire up top. He has to go up there, hang on the clock, get it off his leg, and then when he finally gets it to attach, has to yank it. It breaks at the bottom. Now he has to go like all that. In
The
that
suspense.
Yeah, it's
No,
especially
but
as a
yet
kid,
again,
incredible.
we assume
Yeah.
this is the first time. Let's say he
Ooh,
fails.
Good point.
He creates another time machine, goes back, intentionally stalls out that time machine, so that time machine is delayed. You know, when you
Yeah,
have a
but
time
you're
machine,
saying that he even knew. I guess yeah, because he already did it again.
couldn't
He
go
knew
back
that
and
the
do it
thing.
again.
Like,
How would he do this? Well, he doesn't have a time machine.
He went
He
back
got
and
crazy.
messed with
I don't know.
everything. Yeah, no, but the premise was he only had one time
it's
machine.
like, do you ever play a video game and you all of a
Yes.
sudden you just play all the variables until you get all the variables perfect?
Yeah, take
Yeah.
that movie
How
with
many
Tom
times
Cruise.
does that take?
sure, it's
Yeah, but
like
the
that's
premise
like
of the movie is that
Groundhog.
there was
That's like
one.
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog
Exactly.
Day.
Yeah.
He did
So he
that.
was-
That like we talked about this on the podcast. Apparently, the story behind that is that he was there for like over
Thousands of
10,000
It was
years.
something crazy.
Like
and
it,
makes
it
a lot
repeated
darker.
so many
Yeah.
times until he made it perfect. So like, could this be that he constantly had to go
Could
back
be.
in
No,
time?
because he would be constantly running into himself doing it.
That's
and
right.
doesn't
Oh, like he does
show
in
up
the
at all.
second one. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, so he would be seeing himself constantly in other
Too
cars
many
and-
times.
So
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
his
There'd be like
calculations
5
were off.
Martys.
We know he's not the best scientist. He didn't even pack plutonium for the ride home. He's not the best scientist. His calculations were off, but it happened to work out in the end. 'Cause
Yeah.
Marty.
He's
That's
either
all.
Then it's kind of
Destiny.
like
lucky or he had a million tries.
He did
yeah,
not.
one or the other.
Who's
Well,
like-
it's kind
How
of
many
weird because the
dead
stuff with the
Martys do
tree
you think there
branch.
were?
Yeah, good
Dead
point.
Marty's.
The tree branch and stuff. It's almost like the universe trying to stop it. And then I'm like, oh, is it like Final Destination? Like now Doc is gonna die some other horrific way because he stopped the Libyans from killing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
That would be
He
great.
keeps escaping death because even he goes in the Wild West and he gets saved by by Marty. Like he's just constantly
Spoiler.
escaping.
Yeah.
You know?
Spoiler for
but-
Back to the Future 3.
But I will say this: Marty, like going back to being this teenager who just doesn't really, he just doesn't he gives a fuck about going back in time.
Yeah.
But he's also just messing with shit. He's like, he gets
He's
to
kind
go
of a
play
dick.
this thing. He's playing. And he stops
He's terrible.
thinking it. Like once he sees his hand come back, he's like, everything's good. It's like, dude, you got to get to a time machine to get back in time.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah,
no,
buddy.
let me rock it.
Let me
Rip
play
out
Johnny
badass
Be Good.
guitar
Because-
solo. Yeah.
Because his selfishness of being the star is like, oh yeah, let me do this. Like, dude, you gotta go.
You
Like,
had to
what-
make him kiss.
Wait. So hold on. So what you're telling me is what Doc Brown didn't really need a time machine. He just needed a therapist for Marty.
Yes,
Oh, it solved everything. Yes, it would have.
because this
And-
all comes
and himself.
down to that. Think about it. No, they did kiss. He got them to kiss. That rock and roll part was just extra. That was icing on the cake.
Yeah.
So, like,
Not true. How would Marvin Berry invent rock and roll?
Good point.
good point.
Well, I mean, thank God this white guy
Good point.
came in and played
Stole
Johnny
it.
Be Good.
Savior
And
syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens. Savior syndrome is out there, guys. It's what happens.
Yeah, and
Imagine this is
the
all
little
just a
trope
dream
of
in Marty's
getting them-
head and none of this happened ever.
God,
No,
I'm
this is
glad it
when
wasn't.
this is
I
no,
think
and
he
ready.
died
He
in
wakes
the-
up and he's back in the bed with no pants on.
Yeah.
I actually think he. Oh, I think he died. Maybe he died doing the guitar in the beginning. He just gets.
And this is a
fucking
Jacob's
blown,
ladder.
and this is just him dead. Like
I feel like we
what's
say
his
this
name?
for most movies we talk about, by the way.
Doc Brown
that are
comes in. He
ridiculous.
has to bury the body. He has to hide everything. Like he's dead. Like this is
Jacob's
just-
Ladder is a deep cut. Guys, you guys know a lot of movies.
It's amazing. He comes home, and when he finally goes back to the future, literally the title of the movie, "The Perfect World Now." Dad's great, mom's. I have questions about that scene too.
Yeah.
But the fact that after everything he did, he finally saved the day, even though, as Bill pointed out, it's kind of a jerk of a kid. I'm not gonna lie. There's
Yeah.
something about him that just kind of forget about the chicken stuff in part 2. A couple things in here,
Yeah,
cool. But the future, I don't understand. Here, my question about the future is a couple things. One, what was the dad's job?
Yes.
Like, what did the dad? Why are they so wealthy? Because his book just came to the house.
Yes.
If that's his first book, what were they doing
before that?
Why
doesn't matter.
No, it does. It does.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter with
and
the all you need to know is
that's
he worked at a crappy job. He hated his job. He disassociated every night by watching TV and being a weirdo with that stupid laugh.
God!
So obnoxious. Is the new timeline. No, Charles, the new timeline.
No, but then it still doesn't matter. All you need to know is he's got a good job where he makes money.
In the new timeline?
Yeah, what does he do? I'm just curious.
Supposed to be an author.
No, but he just made that. He just wrote that book. So what was he doing before that?
At the end. He was selling illegal cable boxes.
Doesn't matter what he was doing. He was just making money.
Commack motor in.
But I would, I would ask this: does Marty then get new memories? Because if that was happening,
no new memories.
So then Marty's gonna have to.
So he's just like, what the fuck is going on?
He's living
with strangers. Yeah.
They're gonna be like, oh, remember that time we went to here? And he's like, well, you get
Marty doesn't care. Marty is selfish. He does everything for himself.
True.
He's got the fancy truck,
and he doesn't even stay there. He leaves.
As long as you're a dick.
Yeah, and he doesn't even stay there long enough to find that memory because he leaves, goes to the future, comes back again, then goes out west, and then comes back again. This guy never lives past. He never goes to that camp.
Yeah. Do we think Marty learns any lessons as a result of this? Because I'm going to say firmly no.
Because their whole life would have been different prior to Marty being born. Their whole life would have been different. They'd be like, hey, remember when we went to Disneyland? And he's like, no.
He's
like, we went every year. What are you talking about? Up in the castle. You don't remember any of that? No.
Yeah.
What would happen is his brothers and sisters would think he's an idiot because they're like, hey, remember we went to grandma's? And he'd be like, yeah.
What drugs you on, Marty?
Like we need.
All of a sudden, they go to mom and dad
after.
and they're like, something's wrong with Marty.
I need the day after. That's what we need, like a little show on. It's like because I'm talking about the day after because he then goes to the future, he comes back, then he goes to the past, then he comes back, then he goes to the future, then he comes back. Now he's finally back. Okay, I need to know what happens, and then he has to look through a photo book, get kind of like a recap, like where are we going? Is he looking at some VHS tapes to see some family videos? So he's got to catch up. Like who's gonna let him?
Jennifer doesn't care.
He's gonna want to know because they're gonna reference things all the time. He's gonna figure out everything has to be different. Maybe he was able to do things he wanted to do in life because now they can afford it.
Time travel was just invented in that movie. We don't have to worry about any of this stuff.
We don't know. Let me add. I'm gonna add this thing too. This is one thing I thought of today because I have a friend named Gary I work with, and I was thinking of ideas I think did make sense because he's also a big fan of this. And I told him one of the things that I always wanted as a kid, as a joke, and I think I may have heard this in other places. So it's not originally mine, but I remember hearing it and thinking, yeah, that is weird. When he wakes up in the future and he sees his brother, he's like, oh my God, what are you wearing? He goes, Marty, I always wear a suit to the office. So my question is all right, why is he still living at home then? Like if you got an office and a suit, why are you still living? Shouldn't you be out?
Yeah.
Maybe he works with his dad and his dad owns the office.
We talking about his dad was just playing tennis.
They were meeting together, breakfast, and they're like, yeah, we're going to go to the office together. Like, maybe they're just that close now.
I like that idea.
Manny's just an apologist for this movie.
Yeah, seriously.
He's like, you look just Gary like the guy who hooked us up. I'm going to hook you up.
Listen, my friend Gary wrote me a text about 20 minutes ago because he thought about it today and just sent me something. I'm going to read it because it makes me laugh.
Yeah.
He goes, as to why he's still living at home. He goes, that's easy. He's working real estate law in a cold market and has to pay child support and tons of alimony based on his salary and bonuses when things were booming. Thank God he pleaded on the DWI to a disorderly conduct misdemeanor, or he could have been disbarred. And I like that.
I love
that.
It.
Makes sense.
I like it.
I like that one.
I love
it. This movie is dark in the undertone.
Because they aren't great people. Like, because even in the future, Marty isn't a great guy. He's on with
this experience
needles, right? And he's he swipes the card, he gets fired or whatever. They're not great people.
I always think Marty is adopted because he doesn't act anything like any of the family, even just in the beginning of the movie, and it's just really weird.
He thinks he's better than everyone.
Well, like Ralph Macchio and Karate Kid.
Yes, you did mention the connection there, and he's
Yeah,
always
like-
throwing himself into shit too.
Which is funny
Yeah.
because then in Back to the Future 2, Jennifer is then played by Elizabeth Shue.
Yes.
Oh, look at your
That's a good point.
connections right there.
Yes.
The Elizabeth Shootyverse.
Imagine being booted by
Cocktail.
as Jennifer.
Back to the Future 2.
And like,
What?
is Jennifer that important? I guess I don't know. I guess so. She is.
Did she
you
get
know what
booted for
happened
the
to
second
the
one? Or did she
original
not
one?
come back? No, it
So-
happened to-
Yeah, I actually looked this up too. I was doing a lot of this.
Oh, I know this one. Yeah.
Yeah, her actually ready. So many you can feel stupid now.
No.
Her
it's all
mom
good.
was dying of cancer, so she couldn't take the.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
But that's
He
what
Yeah, I
I
do
dropped
feel
out.
stupid.
Nice, Manny.
Well, no, I mean, I was then,
God
I,
damn,
then I
man.
don't
Cancer,
feel bad.
man.
Like
Why
at
you
least it
get
wasn't that
cancer?
she got kicked out because they were like, "You suck at acting."
No. She couldn't do it. So then her so they brought her in, obviously, and then it went
Yeah.
fine and everything, but
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. I brought this episode down. That's what I did.
All right,
So-
now you got to bring it back up, Daniel.
Can't be as dark as the Free Willy episode got.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, we read that story about the whale at the end of the
Oh, it
episode.
was so
God.
terrible.
Oh, dear God, that poor whale. Oh, man.
Disney
Well,
did him wrong.
yeah, I mean,
Justice for the whale. No, it's true.
The whale's dead. It's so bad.
Is he
Oh,
though?
You know, it's funny. I heard the whale was actually played by Elizabeth Shue.
Oh,
Ooh, you're
in Free Willy
she must
too.
have
he-
in Free Willy
Free Willy
too. She
too.
came in.
yeah,
Not the first
They
one.
replaced the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's funny is like at the end, so in the beginning of this movie, Doc Brown says he's going to go 25 years into the future. Then when at the end, he's like, I think 30 years is a good round number, which would bring him into 2015. So very interesting time. And then he, what's funny is that he goes, where we're going, we don't need roads. And I remember watching this as a kid and always being like, oh, I can't wait till 2000, whatever. We're going to have flying this, hover that, blah. And all we have is like all we have is like
Dan.
Jurassic Park versions of like dire wolves and,
Well, wait a minute.
No.
Well, hold on. Wait, we're in our. I mean, Mr. Richardson and I are in our late 40s. What are you guys?
I'm
Um,
44.
40s.
Oh, okay.
Mid-
you're,
42.
so you're close.
We're on the
'Cause
same-
I don't- If you guys remember, there was always the rumor that hoverboards were
every
Yes.
three,
just about to
it's
come.
like guys, we're
Yep.
getting ready.
Yeah.
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 Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Not
I'm gonna put
happening.
this out here. Okay.
All right.
I don't
But
think flying cars should
2015.
ever be invented. Okay.
No, people can't drive on the
can't
roads,
drive
let alone the
fucking
sky.
cars. Now, if a car crashes into another car in the air, where's it going?
down.
It's going to go
on
on
someone's
another
house.
car. So it's just like there's no technology where it's going to catch the thing. Okay, so
Yeah.
we need to invent a net that can catch
No.
cars
Jesus,
before
man.
we have a
The
freaking-
answer to this question
Yeah.
lies in the Jetsons. Because when I was a kid, I used to watch the Jetsons, and I used to think to myself, man, they just zip in and out of those like lanes in the sky, and there was never an accident. So you know what? It's all just built into where there's no more accidents.
So it's funny.
Yeah.
I was watching the first episode of the Jetsons recently, and his wife in that show is 33. It's like, and it's like,
Yeah, and
it's
so you're like, how old is Jude? I mean, wait, is it was the
exactly.
daughter.
So how old is Judy? Right?
Let's say she's 15, and all of a sudden, it gets problematic. If
Yeah.
she's
Uh-huh.
16, it gets.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The whole thing is just so weird. But yeah. So, I mean, are there anything else? I mean, that we've blasted through in terms of this movie? Plutonium, everyone,
So-
whatever.
I'm sorry, I stepped on you because I was
No,
going to say
go
like,
ahead.
No, go ahead.
my
Go ahead.
favorite reference that I make all the time, and I messaged Jimmy and Pat this a while ago about, I had a flux capacitor moment. Like, I remember one time my wife was in the bathroom. She legit slipped and fell and hit her head on the toilet. The very first thing I said to her is like, did you see a vision of the flux capacitor?
That's the first thing.
That was the very first thing I said to her. She looked at me holding her head,
If you know
and she
any
was
of our
like-
wives.
she said, no, I don't even know what you're talking about. And then I was like, okay, is your head okay?
Oh no.
That
But
is the
like all the
greatest
time.
story that I
It's
have.
just
Oh, that's
happens all the
hilarious,
time.
dude.
And my wife always says, she was like, afterwards, I asked her about it. I said, gee, the flux capacitor. She's like, it's from Back to the Future. Her response is, no, I grew up poor. I didn't see any movies as a kid. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Let me
That happens all the time. I get my flux capacitor moments all the time.
Oh,
I'm gonna
man.
throw in the line that I always use from this, and I used it today. I took my daughter to, we were getting takeout or something. There's a little Mexican place next to an ice cream shop that we go to in town called Snowflake in Riverhead.
I love
I
Funchos.
park, yeah, I'm parking at Snowflake, and my daughter, Brittany, who watches Invincible because I'm a terrible father, says, "Was Funchos always here when you and Uncle Cup, McDonald, was a kid and everything?" I said, "No, it wasn't always here." And I said, "Old man Peabody owned all this land." Yeah, anytime I
That's
reference
great.
the area where Tanger was and all these places, yeah, no, old man Peabody, all this was his.
See,
And I never say it's a joke; it just makes me laugh on the inside.
the reference I always make is I'll be doing something and I'm like setting something up, and I always say flux capacitor fluxing.
Yeah,
I always go, I'm always like, make like a tree and get out of here.
There's an actual episode. So, as elementary school teachers, there's this thing called Brain Pop, where there's these videos, and there's Tim and Moby, and then there's Brain Pop Jr. with Annie and Moby, and they go on and they, whatever you want to learn about, they do a little video and they tell you all about it. If you
The American Revolution.
Exactly. If you watch the one about telling time, in the background, there is a scene from Back to the Future with the clock and a lightning bolt.
That's awesome.
yeah.
I had to stop the video when I pointed it out to the kids. I'm like, you see this right here, kids?
Yeah,
None of you know what this means, but right now, every teacher that's my age is like stopping the video and guys, do you see that? Do you know what that is?
Well, I mean, there's a very, very, very popular TV show that's still around today that is indirectly based on Back to the Future, and it's Rick and Morty.
That's
Ah,
right. Yes.
I was
Oh,
watching
yeah.
that the other day.
That's right. And it's also creepy, their relationship.
And it started with Dan Harmon kind of talking about all the things that we're talking about. Why would Marty be friends with Doc? What happens with all the times that they've traveled and it didn't go well?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
Yeah.
they like isn't it turned into a bunch of cubes of all the different
Oh yeah, there's like
timelines and
Yeah,
stuff?
there's a
universes,
lot.
lines,
Yeah.
timelines.
Yeah.
Lots
It's an
of
episode,
Ricks
Yeah.
and Martys.
Ricks and
Yeah,
They had to bury themselves in one episode. That was fucking
yeah.
dark.
Their
as
original
hell.
bodies are their original bodies are dead
Yeah. Oh my
because they're
god.
clones. Technically, they're now clones in like
Yeah.
the later seasons.
Yeah. But so I have one more question and then we're going to put this to the test. Thank you guys. I mean, this has been really fun. I mean, seriously, it's what we do this podcast for these types of hangouts to just like go for
100%.
it. You just like talk about movies the way we love talking about them. Well, two things. One, I love the appearance of Milton, who was played by the older brother from the Wonder Years. He's always an older brother, it seems like, all the time. So I love that. I love seeing him there. And then so we've done, me and Manny, we've done Bill and Ted on the podcast, and now we've done Back to the Future 2 time travel movies. So which one are you team, Back to the Future or Bill and Ted?
Ooh, we're taking one or the other. Wow.
Oh,
We've taken them, or we have
if we're gonna go for the movie that is most accurately depicting time travel that I like, because Mr. Richardson and I, we used to work at Splish Splash together, so we'd spend 8 hours a day just arguing. So
Talk about crazy shit.
so we would talk about Terminator time travel and Back to the Future time travel. Those were our two main time travel theorems.
Okay.
And I got to go for the idea of Terminator, as in you don't need an original point once, and then it just kind of loops with the arm. And so I'm going to have to go with more of a Back to the Future kind of time travel theorem, so to speak. But yeah.
Cool.
I got to say, Bill and Ted's, if you took that seriously, they took major people out of their timeline.
yeah.
But they brought them right back.
And then brought them right back. And like Saturday Night Live just did a skit about that. And it was I think Harriet Tubman, she's like, I ain't going back. Like, no, I'm good. I'm good right here.
Well, that's the rule about time travel.
I'm
when
fine
you
right
won't
here.
go back.
Like, we don't have to go back. So like I would say that Back to the Future is my favorite time travel.
hands down over Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
I
Definitely
would
hands down
agree.
over that, Bill and Ted.
Bill and
feel
Ted's
like
fun, but
Bill and Ted
Yeah.
is fun time travel. All right, Mr. Richardson.
Yeah.
No, I mean the same thing. It's Back to the Future because like you said, there's the 2 points. There's the one where you can go back in the past and change stuff, and there's the one where if you go back in the back and change stuff, it does nothing because it was already going to happen, so it keeps going. Those are the like 2 versions. Back to the Future is the one that has cemented in but he mentioned the butterfly effect, frequency, time cop, whatever. Star Trek, Doctor Who, Lost, like those are the ones that just stick by the Back to the Future, change the past, change the future. That's
Hot
the
Tub
best.
Time Machine.
yes.
Ooh, great
I'm not
movie.
on that Terminator.
Dude, my niece
movie
watched that. She didn't like it. I
stuff.
was like, why do you guys like this movie? I'm like,
Because it's fucking great.
That's Sebastian Stan's first movie.
so
Yeah.
good.
Now, a question then, Patrick, because you were talking about the difference where, Terminator, where, this is inevitable. Like, do you view 1955 as, the terminus in this movie because so much revolves around it?
I mean, to Mr. Richardson kind of turned me on to Doctor Who when you talk about fixed points in time as well.
Mhm.
And perhaps that 1955 is one of those dates that cannot be changed. And it is, it doesn't matter what you do, it will always come back to that point.
Yeah, because he literally said it was the day that I invented time travel.
Right.
And that's
So that's like that canon event. That was the day he invented time travel.
Well,
That's a good
couldn't
point.
someone else have created time travel if he didn't smash his head?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
No, McDonald. How dare you?
It's
that was
his
easy.
So
genius.
he had to smash his head though.
Yeah.
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 Now,
So what if hold on.
if Marty
Wait.
got there quicker to his
Well,
house and he
yeah,
didn't
so-
hit the pine,
Yeah.
all that, could he
So
have
what
stopped
if-
him from slipping and hitting his head?
Yeah. And then
What
that
if
would cease
someone-
to
What if
exist.
there's an
And then
evil
Marty
time
would
travel?
probably vanish.
You know,
Right.
I'm going to go back to, do you remember
That's
in,
right,
what was Sam Beckett? What show was that?
Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap. Remember how they had the evil leaper? So let's say there's an evil time traveler out there, and what he does is he goes back and stops Doc Brown from smashing his head. Is that such a fixed point in time that he would inevitably still smash his head and come up with time travel?
Because he'd walk out of the room and slip on something and
Yeah.
fall on him.
And it's
I don't
just
You
think
go
it's-
and find out Final Destination shit on that because
that's what I'm saying. Is it
that means
is
it's
it
just
that
always gonna
happen.
that level of predestination?
But
It's
I
going to
do.
happen because we wouldn't have this podcast about it if it didn't.
Yeah. But I do
Yeah.
have to point out one thing talking about like the time travel movies and this and that. Are you guys familiar with the Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai?
Yep.
I've heard of it. I've never watched it.
No.
Okay, so
Worth a
you want a trip? Watch that movie. But when you
Okay.
watch that movie, it was filmed in '84, and Christopher Lloyd is in it as his name is John Big Booty, and it's a parody. I can't even describe how crazy this movie is because you guys are gonna watch this movie and be like, "What did I just watch?" Because it's that kind of movie. It's
Okay.
definitely ridiculous. But there's a lot of elements from that movie in Back to the Future. It's weird.
Interesting.
You got to watch it.
I
It's
guess
called
it's,
The
everything
Adventures of
borrows from
Before we
something
get-
else, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to
Well-
ask the homeless guy
Who?
on the bench.
Yeah.
Marty knows him, right?
He knows him in the one
original-
version, in like part 2 he names him or something. Oh no,
He
when comes
names
out
him
of
when he
it,
comes back and he goes,
he
"Oh,
runs
everything
past
looks
him,
great,"
he sees
and he
him.
says his name. Who is
Yeah.
this guy?
Is
Maybe
it
he's
the
the
Red
same-
Bum?
Maybe he's the same homeless guy from Roadhouse that Patrick Swayze gives his car to,
Yeah,
who then becomes Slappy in Iron Eagle.
yeah.
And
But this
then
guy was
the guy
white
in
in
Weird
this.
Scientist. Weird
Now, see,
Science.
I'm gonna connect it to the Elizabeth Shuniverse again. It's
Yeah.
somebody from Adventures in Babysitting. It's
I
four
was just wondering if
from
that guy
Adventures in
comes out
Babysitting.
in 3. Does the homeless guy appear in the West?
Everyone's homeless in the West.
Is his family there, or is he mentioned in it?
I
Because
just wanna
he
know
shows
this.
up.
I want to know if he's in the West.
I don't know why I'm always like, oh, the newspaper flies around him and all this stuff, and he gets
No,
he
that's
sees this
just an
shit.
'80s thing. There's always someone
This
on
guy
there like,
sees everything, and the problem
in
is that
Ghostbusters
if
and
he
shit.
brings it up to anybody, people are like, "Yo, this guy's just crazy."
yeah,
He's
If
just
there's
crazy.
one thing the 80s have told us is that homeless people are hysterical.
exactly.
They just needed that guy there.
Not a true real life experience.
No. One
So-
last thing I would say, just on the Bill and Ted thing, and then I'm going to put this other test. One thing I would like to think about, like to know, especially like maybe after watching these three, we might have to watch the other two Bill and Ted's, because there might be a fall off for Back to the Future 3, where Bill and Ted, that third one, might actually like hold out much better. And I like Bogus Journey, and I thought that was like a good one. But I love
All
Bill
right.
and Ted. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, last thought, because never a last thought, but
Yeah, because we got 10
we
minutes
didn't talk
before the next
about the
one.
fact that the doc always puts Marty into like, he's like, oh, nothing's gonna be in front of you, and like, doesn't Marty crash into?
He's always crashing into shit.
He's always in crash, and then like the third one, he
Doc
gets
secretly trying to kill Marty.
Yeah, he's like, oh, the Indians won't be there. Like what? Like he just doesn't care. Like this
It's
guy
foreshadowing.
Sucks. Yeah,
Because something's got to ruin the car.
yeah.
Well,
True.
it's
Or
enough
he-
that it's a
or
DeLorean.
Doc
It's already
was just
ruined.
Stupidly confident.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very Rick and Morty kind of thing, by the way.
He wasn't
He's a
in part
type
three.
B person. He's not type A. He's definitely type
I'm
B.
jumping in with this. He wasn't in part 3. I had to look it up. Manny was driving
Oh,
me
he's
nuts.
not.
No, he's
He's
not.
not.
I love
Like,
it.
I gotta figure this out.
Damn
It
it.
bothered me so much. No, he didn't
Damn it.
reprise his role for part 3. Okay, I can sleep tonight, guys. I'm good.
Okay.
Oh man. Well,
That's
I
a good
think
final
this
thought.
this is a good moment to put this to the test. We've come now to that point where we find out whether Back to the Future passes the nostalgia test, which means if it passes, it's still good. If it fails, it's just nostalgic. Or in the last bit, it is so bad that it's Airheads bad, or Santa Claus the movie bad, which Santa Claus the movie, one of the worst fucking movies we've ever seen
Absolute
in
dog
our entire
shit.
lives. That was
Terrible
that movie is absolute trash, and
Trash.
that movie needs to be thrown in the garbage along with Airheads. Why not throw it out?
No. I disagree there.
Billy wasn't our host at that time, but we might have to bring him back on for
hated
Airheads. But I cannot rewatch that movie.
But I like to spin around like an egg sometimes.
I hate that movie. Other than that one part where Adam Sandler is talking to the one guy, and he's like, "Why don't you step?" He's like, "Move back, 'cause you're stepping on my dick." And it's just like, that's the funniest line in the whole film. Airheads
Then he's like,
isn't
I'm gonna
it?
stab you. And he's like, with what? He's like, with my dick.
Movie's terrible.
It's a
Stop
ridiculous
saying
movie.
it was good.
All
good
right,
movie.
so Back to
Good
the
movie.
Future doesn't pass the nostalgia test. We'll start with Patrick and then go down the line. Go
All
ahead.
right. Not only does it pass the nostalgia test, because we had a podcast about this as well. We were talking about movies that should never be remade.
Yes.
And I think
Oh,
that
that was the whole
this
thing.
movie is a movie that should not be remade. But Mr. Richardson and Mr. G gave me a little bit of pushback during this. But I love the kind of the nostalgia. Even the special effects that are bad just remind me of the 80s, and I kind of like
Yeah.
it.
Awesome. Go ahead, Charlie.
Yeah, no, it definitely passed the test. I think it's like we said from the very onset of this episode, is that it's a movie. It's a popcorn movie. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be entertaining. And it delivers on all of those parts. It's funny. It keeps your interests. There's a lot going on. And besides the whole, now we can look back and think about plot holes and all this, it doesn't matter.
For me, 100% it passed the nostalgia test. The reason I see it as nostalgia is that it keeps going on forever. People will talk about it for generations. This thing has such an impact that when Avengers Endgame came out, they had to put in the scene that discredited the time travel version of Back to the Future because audiences couldn't get over the fact that that's not how time travel works. It's not going to work. They wrote a scene to be like, so Back to the Future is complete BS because of this movie's nostalgia and how it's transcended so many years. It's ingrained into us as this how time travel works.
And
That a new
every
had to get
single
rid of it.
person who watches those movies has had the same conversation that we kind of just had.
So
Absolutely.
they had to get rid of it. So 100% it passes the test.
All right, excellent. Manny.
I mean, everybody knew my answer on this one.
Yeah,
100%.
you threatened us with violence right from the get-go.
Yeah. I'm the evil
Twice.
Biff on that one. But here, I will say, this podcast always hates reboots and remakes, and this franchise should never be touched. Not even the third one. There shouldn't
Fourth
be.
one.
And I know
Fourth one.
we discussed like little branch offs, and there could have been shows of the pre and the after, and the neighbor who's watching the dad. No, we don't need it. This is so great. I've seen documentaries on it. There's people that redo plays on this thing. It is past like one of the only ones that you could say that I think people are going to be talking about this movie forever. Like,
See, I still could do the prequel though. I want to see how Marty and Doc really met.
Do you? Why?
No, because it's not going to mess with the originals. It's not going to.
No, what if it ruins everything, like finding out the whale died from Free Willy, and then you wish that movie was never made?
It would mess everything up because it would not make any of the stuff that happened later on make sense. We just have to.
If you write fan fiction, I'll read it though, Patrick.
I only want to see how Rocky and Paulie became friends. That's really the main prequel I need.
Well, they should have never. I don't think they should have.
There's an answer to that. Paulie is what's her face's brother,
right? But
Yeah.
he
But
knew
he
Paulie
knew-
first.
He knew Paulie first.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because they're
I don't
both
know, maybe-
like half-assed,
They're just
slightly
strapped.
associated
They
with the
probably-
mob.
They probably
Yeah.
worked together. I mean,
They probably did a job together, or he was
Like,
probably
they
gonna-
murdered
He
somebody.
was probably good. I think Rocky probably was supposed to break Paulie's fingers for some money, and then he ended up being too nice, and he's like, all right.
felt
Well,
bad,
he
yeah.
always
Yeah.
says to Paulie
Well, I
that
mean-
he owes him, and I think what happened probably is Rocky killed a man somehow accidentally, and Paulie's like, "I'll take care of this," and took care of it, and for life he's owed Paulie forever.
reinvented
That's
the
it.
time
So-
machine and went back
so-
in time and fixed it.
Rocky accidentally killed a Marty McFly variant.
Ooh, there you
Paulie
go.
buried it.
Oh my God, Billy, what do you
All comes
think?
full circle. I mean,
Back
for me,
to
I'm going to
Future,
say
Billy.
this absolutely and completely fails the test. I'm just fucking with you, Manny. No,
Boot him off.
Yeah, that's it. Shut
Just
him. Shut him
100%
down.
passes, man. Like this is one
Awesome.
of those. You know,
Yeah.
if I'm flipping around or something and it's on, I'll watch half of it. I'll watch a quarter. It's one of those movies that it's fully ingrained in your head. And
Yeah.
I still talking about lines we say. I'll be driving in the car with the kids, and I'm like, "Where we're going, we don't need roads." And they're like, "Dad, what the fuck are you talking about?" Right? But that stuff always comes out, and 100,000%.
I say Grace
pass.
Scott for no reason.
Yeah.
Out of,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, this may be the biggest slam dunk from any episode
Yeah.
that I've been on. So
Yeah, definitely passes the test, and we could. Thankfully, Robert Zemeckis has come out. There was an article in the Nerdist that said he refuses and said there will never be a prequel. There'll never be a sequel, another sequel, or a spinoff. There'll never be any of that. So I'm hoping that there will also never be a reboot of Back to the Future because
No,
we
they'll
all
wait
know.
till he dies.
Well,
Good
hopefully
point.
I'll be dead.
Yeah, who
No, but-
owns the rights is the problem. If his kids or family
Yeah.
doesn't own the rights, or
Yeah.
they need that money,
or they
it'll
could own
be-
the rights and pull
So-
a token and just run into the ground.
Well, guys, this has been so great. So much
Definitely.
fun. It's been a while since we've been able to hang out, do this, since Ghostbusters, but we're so glad you were able to come on for Back to the Future. Why don't you tell everyone about where they can get your podcast and Fandalorians podcast, which everyone should listen to.
Well, first, thank you for having us. Thanks for having us on. We've been looking forward to this for a long time. The Fandalorians, Teachers by Day, Nerds by Night. Wherever you find your podcasts, you search the name, it'll pop up. I tell you the socials. I'll tell you right now, I don't know them off the top of my head, but if you look around, you'll find this type of Fandalorians. It'll pop up. I'm like, oh, that's what he was talking about. He just didn't know the name. At something.
Mandalorians.podcast, the
Yeah,
Fandalorians
something.
mailbag at gmail.com.
Whatever. We're there. There's not many of us. You'll find us.
Patrick's
We're out there.
mad. He's like, how do do you not know this? I'm saying it all the time.
I don't know.
No, I cheated. I pulled up a document that had it.
Yeah.
It's you. I know you better than me.
Well, thanks, guys. It's been so great. Thank you so much. And everyone, we'd love to hear your thoughts on Back to the Future, your favorite scenes, your favorite characters. Will Back to the Future 2 and 3 pass the nostalgia test? Well, I guess we'll have to see later sometime. Who knows? Probably in next year.
Three
We'll
years.
figure that
Now
out.
we're gonna do
So-
a yearly podcast jointly of a Back to the Future movie.
Yeah, yeah.
There we
He
go.
has a May 12th, 2000.
2026.
Put it on the calendar.
Yeah, but everyone, thanks so much for listening. Check out the podcast everywhere where you get podcasts. Join our Substack. Subscribe to YouTube, and hit us up with ideas. You can go to our website, suggest a test as well, so we can test something out that you want, and leave your email so maybe you can come on and be a special guest on that episode. Everyone, thank you so much for listening. Peace.
Make like a tree and get out of here.
Thanks,
But
man.
as funny as the screen door in a battleship.
Share this episode with your friends. Subscribe and follow the Nostalgia Test podcast on YouTube, Substack, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Send us your episode ideas and comments, or book us for podcasts and events at thenostalgiatest@gmail.com. Come hang out with us next week because you never know what pop culture will pop up on the nostalgia test.